In every age of power, influence, and ambition, one truth remains constant. Those who rise are never the strongest, the richest, or even the smartest. They are the ones who understand people. They know how to form bonds with those above them, how to move in rooms filled with influence, and how to turn conversations into opportunities. If you want to rise in life, you must understand the psychology of powerful people, because power does not exist in isolation. It lives inside people, and people only open their world to those who know how to approach them with intention, awareness, and strategic charm. When you enter a room full of influential individuals, you are not judged by what you say first. You are judged by how you carry yourself. Your posture, your gaze, the calmness in your breath. These subtle signals tell powerful people whether you are an equal or a servant. They respect confidence wrapped in silence far more than loud attempts to prove worth. Before you ever speak, your presence is speaking for you. So become the type of person whose presence introduces you before your words ever arrive. Move slowly, speak precisely, listen deeply, and let every motion reflect certainty. Connections with powerful people are built on value, but not the superficial value most people try to offer. Powerful individuals are surrounded by people who beg, people who flatter, people who drain energy. What they lack is someone who understands their burdens, their goals, their fears, and their ambitions. If you want access, become the person who reduces their mental load, not increases it. When they talk, give them sharp clarity through your listening. When they express problems, offer thoughtful insights, not desperate solutions. Your intelligence should be subtle, your presence effortless, your usefulness natural. They must feel lighter around you, not heavier. Never try too hard to impress influential people. The moment you try, you place yourself beneath them. Machiavelli knew that power is attracted to power, not desperation. You must cultivate an inner sense of self that is strong enough to remain calm in the presence of greatness. You don't bow emotionally, you don't become overwhelmed. You don't elevate them to a level that makes you small. Instead, you treat them as humans. Rare humans, yes, but still humans. And that is exactly why they will gravitate toward you. Everyone else wants something from them. You simply respect them without worshiping them. Powerful individuals value time more than anything because time is the one thing they can never buy back. If you want to connect with them, treat their time as precious. When you speak, speak with intention. Get to the point. Offer something meaningful. Don't drag conversations, don't over-explain your presence, and never try to secure closeness through useless details. Be concise, be sharp, and leave them wanting more. The longer you stay after the value ends, the quicker you become forgettable. Every powerful person has a circle, a network of people who guard them, advise them, support them, or sometimes exploit them. Instead of trying to break through the front door, pay attention to the circle around them. You build influence with the powerful by first building influence with those who influence them. Their assistants, their colleagues, their longtime friends often hold more practical importance than the person at the top. Treat these individuals with respect, patience, and genuine warmth. If they trust you, they will naturally pull you closer to the center of gravity. Never present yourself as competition. Powerful individuals protect themselves from threat. They will distance themselves from anyone who appears too ambitious in the wrong way. Your ambition should be evident, but not aggressive. It should be clear that you are rising, but your rise does not depend on stepping over them. Make your purpose bigger than personal gain. Talk in terms of vision, mission, and growth, not in terms of climbing over others. Powerful people align themselves with those who dream big but are grounded in strategy. One of the greatest abilities in social climbing is learning how to predict the emotional climate of the room. As you walk into a gathering, observe first. Who is trying to dominate? Who is being ignored? Who is subtly influencing decisions without speaking loudly? Who seems tired? Who seems defensive? Read the room like a strategist. Most people enter spaces trying to be seen. Wise individuals enter spaces trying to understand. Once you understand the energy, your moves will be more precise. You will speak at the right time, listen at the right moment, and position yourself where your presence becomes valuable, not intrusive. Silence is one of your greatest assets. Powerful people are used to being listened to, but rarely experience someone who listens with genuine depth. When you are silent, attentive, and slightly mysterious, you create a pull. Let them speak about their struggles, their victories, their ideas without interrupting. Ask the kind of questions that reveal thoughtfulness. Make them feel understood in a way they don't feel with others. When someone feels safe sharing their mind, they begin to trust you with their world. You must build yourself in such a way that powerful people recognize you as an investment. They will connect with someone who is already moving upward, someone hungry but disciplined, someone who works relentlessly but intelligently. Show them consistency. Show them stability. Show them that your character is not influenced by mood swings or external noise. Powerful people hate unpredictability. They want allies who are steady, reliable, capable, and emotionally controlled. Become that person, and opportunities will naturally flow toward you. Discretion is essential. Nothing destroys trust faster than loose speech. If someone in power shares something with you, treat it as if your silence determines your future. When you protect their words, they will increasingly trust you with more. The moment powerful people realize you cannot be broken by gossip or pressure, they see you as someone capable of handling bigger roles. Loyalty is rare, and rarity is valuable. When you finally build a connection, nurture it slowly. Never overwhelm it. Powerful relationships must mature like old wine, gradually, naturally, and with respect to time. Check in without being clingy. Offer value without being transactional. Show respect without losing authenticity. Give them space, yet remain consistent. A relationship built slowly lasts longer and rises higher than one rushed out of insecurity. And remember this final truth: the ultimate way to connect with powerful people is to become powerful yourself. Not necessarily through wealth or status, but through discipline, knowledge, psychological depth, and unwavering self-respect. When you master yourself, you naturally attract people of influence. When your actions reflect strength, clarity, and strategic intelligence, those above you will begin to see you not as someone seeking favors, but as someone worth aligning with. This is how you climb, not by begging or impressing, not by noise or flattery, but by silently becoming someone whose presence adds value, whose character commands respect, and whose mind understands the hidden architecture of power. When you transform yourself internally, doors open externally. When you carry yourself with controlled ambition, powerful people will not only notice you, they will invite you into their world. As you continue rising, you must understand a truth few ever accept. Powerful people do not connect with everyone. They are selective not because they believe they are superior, but because their world is filled with risks, responsibilities, and constant pressure. Every new connection can be a threat, a distraction, or a burden. Clean appearance, calm voice, controlled expressions, they convey seriousness, discipline, and reliability. Powerful individuals look for signals that you can handle responsibility, pressure, and complexity. They look for people who are stable when others are emotional. Your demeanor is your resume long before your achievements are mentioned. As your connection grows, always underpromise and overdeliver. Offer little, deliver big. Meet deadlines early. Offer insights that save time or avoid mistakes. Provide solutions before problems fully emerge. When you consistently exceed expectations, trust builds naturally. You become associated with competence, and competence is magnetic. But never forget the rule of emotional neutrality. Do not get too excited when praised, and do not get discouraged when ignored. Power tests people. Sometimes silence is a test. Sometimes distance is a test. Sometimes unexpected pressure is a test. Respond with calmness every time. When your emotional state remains steady regardless of how you are treated, you show psychological strength. And strength is the universal language of the powerful. You must also learn the art of subtle positioning. Do not push yourself into conversations. Place yourself near opportunities. Listen more than you speak. Wait for moments where your insight can shift the direction of discussion. Only then contribute something sharp, brief, and impactful. The one who speaks less but says more always rises faster than the one who dominates the room. To truly connect with powerful individuals, avoid gossip at all costs. The moment you speak about someone behind their back, you signal danger. But when they see that you do not engage in petty conversations, they categorize you differently. You become someone safe, someone stable, someone who can be trusted in critical moments. Your silence in the wrong conversations becomes your identity in the right ones. And finally, always maintain your hunger. Not desperation, but hunger. Ambition keeps you sharp. Discipline keeps you rising. When people of influence sense that you are moving with purpose, they respect it. When they see effort without arrogance, they support it. When they see growth without noise, they want to be part of it. Your climb becomes inevitable not because you beg for opportunity, but because you embody the essence of someone who deserves opportunity. There will come a moment in your rise where you begin to notice a shift. The same people you once chased now begin to pay closer attention. The doors that once seemed sealed start to open slightly. But the biggest mistake people make at this stage is moving too fast. The moment you taste a little access, you must slow down even more. You must become even more calculated, more observant, more controlled. Real connections with powerful people grow through rhythm, not rush. They must see you consistently present, consistently reliable, and consistently growing without ever appearing needy or demanding. Your confidence must be quiet, not loud. Loud confidence is insecurity in disguise. Quiet confidence signals mastery. When you walk into a room of influence, do not try to dominate the energy. Let the energy come to you. Let your presence be felt before your words are heard. People trust those who do not fight for attention. When you hold your center, others naturally adjust around you. And powerful people are drawn to those who command a room without force. As you rise higher, you will encounter gatekeepers, people whose job is to protect the powerful from unnecessary interactions. Most individuals treat gatekeepers as obstacles. The wise treat them as opportunities. If you respect them, if you show kindness, if you learn their rhythm, they will open pathways others never see. Powerful people trust the judgment of the ones closest to them. If the gatekeeper likes you, they speak on your behalf when you are not there. In the world of influence, a single sentence from the right person can elevate you more than years of effort. Be very intentional with your emotional presence. Powerful individuals connect with those who give their mind space to breathe. If you bring chaos, insecurity, or emotional instability into their orbit, you push them away. But if you bring calmness, clarity, and emotional maturity, you become a rare presence. Something refreshing in a world filled with pressure. Your energy must be grounding. Let your tone be steady, your reactions controlled, your patience strong, your calmness becomes your advantage. Every influential person appreciates subtle intelligence. Not the kind that tries to prove itself, but the kind that reveals itself naturally through insight, timing, and self-restraint. When you speak, speak in a way that lifts the conversation. Mention ideas that spark curiosity, not arguments. Share perspectives that add depth, not noise. Your intelligence should feel like a quiet revelation, not an announcement. Smart people overwhelm. Wise people illuminate. As your relationship deepens, understand the balance between visibility and scarcity. Too much presence makes you ordinary. Too little presence makes you forgettable. Appear strategically. Engage intentionally. Your value must be felt, but your absence must also be noticed. Powerful individuals appreciate relationships that feel meaningful, not forced. And scarcity, when used with purpose, turns attention into magnetism. Over time, you will realize that powerful people connect best with those who have mastered themselves. They respect the individual who has conquered their impulses, tamed their anger, controlled their ego, and strengthened their discipline. Such a person is predictable in the ways that matter and unpredictable in the ways that intrigue. They are stable yet mysterious, calm yet ambitious, humble yet confident. This duality attracts influence because it signals balance, a rare quality in a world driven by extremes. You must learn the subtle language of body cues. The slight shift of their eyes, the change in their breathing, the softening of their shoulders, these reveal far more than their words. Powerful individuals are trained to hide emotion, but their bodies still speak. When you can read these signals, you gain access to truths that others miss. And when you respond with precision, knowing when to speak, when to pause, when to stay silent, your presence becomes deeply aligned with theirs. Authenticity is your long-term weapon. Many can fake charm for minutes. Few can maintain character for years. The powerful value those who remain consistent through stress, failure, success, and fatigue. They watch how you treat people who can offer you nothing. They observe how you handle small tasks before trusting you with bigger responsibilities. They notice whether your actions match your words. Over time, authenticity will outshine any crafted persona. What is real endures. What is fake collapses under pressure. There will be times where envy surrounds you. Not from the powerful, but from those who cannot understand your rise. People will question your motives, misunderstand your silence, or mistrust your intentions. You must remain unshaken. The path of influence is rarely understood by the average mind. When you build connections at high levels, you must be prepared for criticism from low levels. The greatest strategy is to stay focused, stay calm, and allow results to respond for you. Your ascension must always be tied to your personal code. Know your values, know what you stand for, know the lines you will never cross. Influence gained without integrity collapses quickly. Influence built on character becomes unbreakable. When powerful people realize that you can be trusted even in positions of temptation, they elevate you without hesitation. Trust is the currency of influence, and integrity is the bank that holds it. And above all, remember that your ultimate goal is not to simply connect with powerful people. It is to become someone powerful yourself, not by imitating them, but by refining yourself into someone whose presence naturally commands respect. The greatest connections are formed not by reaching upward, but by rising inward. When you elevate your mind, your discipline, your emotional strength, and your strategy, your circle will naturally begin to reflect the power you carry. As you continue to rise, you will notice that the world of the powerful operates on a different timeline. Their decisions are long-term. Their relationships are strategic. Their conversations are sharper, deeper, more focused. If you want to remain in their orbit, you must elevate the way you think. Surface-level talk drains them. Drama repels them. Complaints push them away instantly. What attracts them is someone who brings perspective, someone who can take a complex situation and simplify it, someone who can cut through the fog and deliver clarity. To connect deeply, you must learn the art of controlled vulnerability, not the kind that exposes your weaknesses to everyone, but the kind that shows self-awareness, the willingness to reflect, to grow, to improve. When you speak about your challenges with composure, you show maturity. When you speak about your ambitions without arrogance, you show promise. When you speak about your growth with humility, you show character. Powerful people are drawn to those who can be honest without being fragile. One of the greatest secrets in forming elite connections is patience. Many people destroy opportunities by rushing the relationship before it has roots. They ask for favors too soon. They expect mentorship before they've earned trust. They want closeness before they've built value. Impatience signals immaturity. The powerful value those who allow relationships to evolve naturally. You must learn to endure the slow pace of real influence. Trust builds gradually, like a flame growing from a spark. If you force it, you extinguish it. Control your reactions. You will encounter moments where someone influential challenges you, disagrees with you, or even tests you deliberately. Do not panic. Do not take it personally. The powerful observe everything: your tone, your composure, your ability to stay respectful while staying firm. If they see that pressure cannot shake you, they elevate their respect. If they see that disagreement does not break you, they deepen the connection. Learn to be comfortable with silence. Silence is not emptiness, it is a signal, the insecure rush to fill silence. The wise use silence to reveal truth. In conversations with powerful people, silence allows them to think, reflect, or speak further. When you remain comfortable in those quiet moments, you show depth. Silence becomes your negotiation tool, your communication advantage, your psychological anchor. As you grow closer to individuals of influence, remember that curiosity is more powerful than brilliance. Ask thoughtful questions, not the obvious ones that everyone repeats, but the kind that reveal deeper understanding. Ask about their principles, not just their achievements. Ask about their failures, not just their victories. Ask about what shaped them, not just what rewarded them. People in positions of power rarely encounter individuals genuinely interested in their inner world. When you show that interest with elegance, you create a bond few can replicate. Another principle is emotional independence. Your happiness, your confidence, your momentum must not depend on their approval. The moment someone senses you rely on them for your self-worth, you lose your value. You become dependent instead of equal. Your life must continue with or without their attention. Your goals must progress even when they are absent. Emotional independence is what makes powerful people feel comfortable giving you access. They know you will not crumble, cling, or collapse under the weight of the relationship. You must become the kind of person who rises through competence. Do your work with excellence, even when no one is watching. Execute tasks with precision. Deliver results that exceed expectations. When you consistently show discipline and effort, powerful people take notice. They value those who follow through, those who don't make excuses, those who treat every responsibility, big or small, with seriousness. Consistency builds your reputation, and your reputation opens doors before you knock. As you move deeper into circles of influence, you will realize that the powerful connect most with those who understand subtle boundaries. Know when to speak and when not to. Know when to stay and when to leave. Know when to ask and when to remain silent. You must never overstep. You must never assume intimacy. You must never take access for granted. Boundaries show respect, and respect builds longevity. Every connection you make must be protected. Never exploit your association with powerful people. Never boast about them. Never use their name for validation. The moment you turn the relationship into a trophy, you lose it. Influence grows in silence. The most powerful alliances are the quietest. When you protect the relationship from noise, envy, and unnecessary exposure, it matures more naturally and more deeply. Over time, you will learn that connecting with powerful individuals is not about entering their world. It is about becoming someone whose world they want to enter. Build your own foundation, develop your own network, strengthen your skills, sharpen your mind. When they see you as someone rising through your own merit, not riding their shadow, you gain their respect. They want to associate with people who elevate themselves, not people who depend on proximity to mimic importance. And as your circle grows, stay grounded. Power becomes dangerous when it feeds your ego. You must remain aware of the journey that brought you here, the discipline, the humility, the patience. The more influence you gain, the more disciplined you must become. Let your character deepen instead of your arrogance. Let your wisdom grow instead of your pride. The rise to influence is not difficult. The challenge is staying true to yourself once you arrive. As your journey advances, you will discover that every powerful person operates behind multiple layers. What you see publicly is only a fraction of their true identity. Their real thoughts, their real struggles, their real ambitions, these are hidden beneath the surface, protected by years of experience, caution, and scars. If you want to connect with them on a deeper level, you must learn to see beyond what is shown. Look for what is not said. Listen for what is implied. Watch for the pauses, the hesitations, the subtle changes in tone. These quiet signals reveal far more than grand declarations ever will. Influential people appreciate those who understand nuance. Many individuals speak in extremes, too emotional, too direct, too passive, too aggressive. But those who master nuance communicate with balance. They know when to soften their presence and when to sharpen. They know how to persuade without force, how to disagree without conflict, how to advise without dominating. Nuance is the language of the elite, and when you speak it fluently, doors open that brute confidence could never unlock. As you build stronger relationships, remember that you must always protect your inner world. Never reveal everything at once. Your ambitions, your plans, your weaknesses, your strategies, these must remain guarded. Share selectively, intentionally, and only when necessary. A person who reveals too much becomes predictable, and predictability dulls influence. Let people see your strength, not your entire structure. Let them witness your movement, not your entire map. Mystery is not manipulation. Mystery is protection. One skill that will elevate you above many is emotional neutrality. Not coldness, not indifference, but controlled emotion. When someone criticizes you, respond with calm curiosity. When someone praises you, accept it with humility. When someone challenges you, engage with logic, not ego. Emotional neutrality makes you unshakable. It shows that you operate from internal grounding rather than external triggers. And powerful individuals trust those who do not crumble under emotion because such people can be relied upon when stakes are high. As you begin interacting more frequently with influential people, shift your mindset from a "what can I gain" to "what can I contribute." Contribution is the root of influence, but contribution does not always mean giving solutions. Sometimes the greatest contribution is perspective. Sometimes it is stability. Sometimes it is a single sentence that shifts someone's thinking. The powerful value those who elevate their clarity, not those who overcomplicate their world. Be the person whose presence improves the quality of their decisions. At times, you must learn to create distance without disconnecting. Distance shows strength. Distance shows confidence. Distance shows that you respect your own time, your own goals, your own journey. When you occasionally pull back, you remind others of your independence. They begin to see you not as someone orbiting their world, but someone who has a world of their own. Distance creates respect. Clinging creates fatigue. Another truth you must understand is that influence grows in private long before it becomes visible in public. Your habits, your routines, your discipline, your mindset, these form the foundation that powerful people notice. They can sense whether you are consistent or chaotic, whether you operate with intention or impulse. Every day that you work silently on yourself, you sharpen the aura that speaks for you before you ever enter a room. As your presence grows, you must master the art of controlled intensity. Your words must carry weight. Your movements must have purpose. Your decisions must reflect clarity. People notice when someone operates with internal fire but external calm. It creates a magnetic energy, one that signals ambition without boasting, strength without aggression, focus without noise. You rise inward so you can rise outward, and even then the journey never ends. Because influence is not a destination, it is a state of constant refinement. Every interaction, every decision, every moment either strengthens or weakens your presence.